Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Quantum Leap Show. This is the show where I bring to you ordinary entrepreneurs just like me and just like you who have produced extraordinary results so that you can derive your inspiration, you can derive lessons, and make changes and create impact in your business. And today at the Quantum Leap Show, we have a very special couple. I love it when couples do business together. A lot of people say, don't work with your spouse, but I disagree. I say, please work with your spouse because as a couple, you really grow together when you do your business together. You grow as people, your love, your connection, your bond, all of that goes through the roof if you work together as a couple. That's my personal belief. And that's why my wife, Bhakti, is also my business partner in one of my businesses. And today, I have the fortune of introducing you to a wonderful couple that I've known for quite some time now. Ladies and gentlemen, please give it up for Anil and Nagashree. Hello, Anil. Hello, Nagashree. Welcome to the Quantum Leap Show.
Hi,
Hi,
Rajiv.
hi Rajiv. How are you?
I'm doing good as always. And how have you been?
Wonderful, Rajiv.
Doing great.
Super.
Amazing. So, Anil and Nagashree, tell our viewers a little bit about your background, about your business. What is it that you do as a couple? If you can shed a little light on that.
I did my engineering and I worked in the corporate field for 14 years. And I got married. We got married in 2010. Both myself and Nagashree, we always wanted to start a business together. And in 2015, we decided we'll get into a beauty industry. And then we got into a beauty franchisee, a saloon franchisee. And I was still working during that time. And Nagashree started looking into the business during weekdays. I started looking at the business over weekends. That is how we started our journey in 2015. We got into the business. And later in 2017, with the confidence what we got from that business, we started our own business in the bakery field, which is a brand called iCake.
Awesome. So, Anil, both of you started your salon by taking up a franchise of an existing brand. And through that journey, I think you made a very calculated decision that, okay, one of you will stay full time in a job and one of you will front end the business. And when did you take the jump from the job, Anil? When did you take that jump from the job into the business?
Frankly speaking, I took my jump of getting out of the job and getting completely into the business in 2018. 2017 after attending your place.
All right. So for how long was the business operational before you jumped in full time?
It is exactly 2 years.
Okay. So for 2 years, Nagashree was front ending the business. You were supporting her over the weekends and in the evenings while you were working full time. The reason I wanted to highlight this, Anil, is because, a lot of aspiring entrepreneurs reach out to me and they ask me this question saying that I want to be an entrepreneur. Do you recommend I quit my job? And a lot of motivational speakers out there, they go out there and tell people, yeah, quit your job. It doesn't matter. I somehow disagree to that philosophy. And I always tell people that preparation is more important than passion. Some people are so overtly passionate that they end up compromising on the livelihood of their family. And the reason I wanted to bring out this point from your journey for our viewers is for those of them who are watching, who are considering starting a business. I think what Anil and Nagashree did as a couple is a beautiful method of preparation where one partner stuck to the job so that the stability of income to the family was provided. And the other partner took the front end, took the lead, started the business. And only when you saw the confidence, only when you saw the business picking up, did you take that jump full time into the business, which is a very wise thing for couples to do nowadays. It's a very wise thing for anybody who's aspiring to start a business to do as well, because when you are prepared, that's when you can live your passion fully. So thank you, Anil, for highlighting that point. And Nagashree, seems like you were the hero for those first 2 years of the business, front-ending the entire business. I know you are still the hero of the entire process. Anil, I don't want to get Anil into trouble by saying that. This is a question to both of you. Before, Anil, you took the jump in full time into the business, and we'll come to that moment when you made that decision. In a moment, I'll ask you a question about that. But as a couple, as entrepreneurs, as business partners, what were some of the top challenges you had in the business? Because the salon and spa business is a highly competitive space. Clients are very, very demanding.
Yes.
Service standards have to be super high. Team retention. So tell me what were some of your challenges in those initial years?
Yeah.
So I'll go first.
Yeah.
So our basic challenges, main challenges is with the staff.
Okay.
So there is no accountability. So one
Okay.
staff joins today and tomorrow they leaves, and every day morning we are praying, okay, all the staff comes to a job.
Okay.
And since it is a service industry, once the client is lost because of person not there, it's a loss of business.
Yeah.
Okay. So that is one biggest fear which we had, especially with the team.
Mhm.
And with regards to the clients are, they want 100% to be perfect. Even 1% here and there, they really don't want to compromise. And these are the two biggest challenges which we are facing. One is with the team and highly demanding clients.
True. I mean, I think what you've highlighted is the challenge of any services business, and especially in your industry where you said that because you run a salon, if a person comes to the salon and they get used to a stylist or a professional working over there, if that person leaves, the customer also leaves.
Yes.
So like, think about it. We get our haircut done from the same person. We don't like to change that, right?
Yes.
So team retention was a challenge. Like attrition is a big problem in that industry.
Biggest challenge.
And the other thing is the service standards or the customer expectations. That's a huge challenge. What impact were these two challenges having on your business? I mean, any impact that you could shed light on for our viewers? What was the ripple effect when these challenges would occur?
So, few of the impact is we were always stressed out. Even when a person is leaving out, we were so much frustrated, and some that frustration used to come out on the existing team members. And
Okay.
somewhere we felt the relationship between us and our team members was never that great.
Okay.
Even though we wanted to be nice to them, so these frustrations always lead us to act in that way. That is one ripple effect which got caused. And second thing is, because of the higher standards, we were always scared to talk to clients. Even though when the complaint has come, we were not ready to face the challenge, or we were not ready to talk to the clients, to listen from them and all. So somewhere we felt we were always scared, we were always frustrated. So this is the ripple effect from my end.
And Nagashree, I would love to hear your perspective.
So anytime if any problem from staff used to come, we used to sugarcoat them.
Okay.
Like we used to treat the symptoms, not the problem, just the symptoms. So okay, if today is okay, then okay, it's good. We never considered the long term relationship or anything. We used to play defensive rather than playing genuine.
Awesome. I love that distinction. You know, and it is understandably so. I mean, I think a lot of viewers who will be watching this, especially those who are in a corporate job and have a business and started a business, because there is this sense of conservatism in the way you're doing business. You're like, okay, we are trying this, and then you're facing challenges. The level of frustration is very, very high. The ability to handle stress is not there, and as a result of that, you keep oscillating with your team as well. Like Anil said, sometimes you vent frustration, and sometimes you're just pleasing them and trying to cajole and coax them, saying it's okay, let's just manage it, don't worry, I'll take care of you. And that's where I think a lot of entrepreneurs lose their own self-confidence, and it creates a lot of self-doubt. Every day is lived with a lot of stress and self-doubt because you don't know, am I doing the right thing, am I not doing the right thing? And I can understand that working that way every single day can be amazingly stressful. And considering you're a couple, how did that stress get carried forward back home? This is something a lot of couples who do take.
Yes, of course, Rajiv. Yes,
we used to fight. We fought because of our staff.
Okay, you would fight because of your staff. Okay, again, these are very real challenges, right? Because entrepreneurs, especially couples working together, when things at work don't work, then things in life don't work. When things in life don't work, vice versa, things at work don't work. So Thank you for that. Thank you for that honesty, because the viewers would be watching. Some of them must be feeling like, okay, I'm not alone. Nice. So our paths crossed at the business pace program. That's when we met first. So I'd like to know what was your experience of those 3 days. And Anil, you also already mentioned that in those 3 days is when you made that decision to take the jump. So what gave you the conviction in those 3 days?
So Rajiv, what I understood in the pace is before pace, I thought I knew a lot of things in business, and I thought I'm doing everything. So that was my thought. But after I came to PACE, I understood there are a lot of things which I don't know. Maybe I know marketing, but I don't know what exactly is marketing. What are the different things? Maybe I know sales at a very high level, but I don't know the in-depth how it impacts, what things need to be done, what consistency I need to do, and all. So the 3 days space, what I understood is first thing realization is I understood I don't know nothing.
Okay.
Second thing, I
That
understood.
sounds like a scary thing for people who are considering attending the PACE program, that you come
In
and
fact,
realize you don't know anything about business.
when I say I don't know anything, it scares people because if
Yeah.
you look at our education system, none of things are taught. So before coming into the business, actually I don't know anything about sales. Maybe I would have heard in movies, maybe I would have heard somewhere else when I walked into the so, but I really don't have a real education how exactly it need to be perceived or what consistent rate I need to do and at what percentage I need to allocate the budget. These are the looks like small things
Yep.
when we know, but when we don't know, these are the things which create a greater results.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Like I always say this, I say this to entrepreneurs all the time. I'm not saying that if you don't invest your time or money in learning, that you will not be successful. A lot of people are successful. A lot of people struggle in business. But when you learn the skills, when you learn the strategies, when you learn the tools, when you learn the systems, when you learn the templates, and you integrate that in your business, if you're struggling and surviving, you'll become stable and successful. If you're already successful, you'll scale it up even more. So I think what you're essentially saying is that we do things based on our common sense, and some entrepreneurs become successful because of that. Some entrepreneurs struggle because of that. But when you integrate the science with the common sense, then the game changes. So
Exactly.
thank you for bringing that point out. So what happened for you? What were some of the key learnings for the both of you at the business space program?
So for me, the business based program, so that is one thing I understood. I need to learn many things. And second thing I understood, business is failing because of me and not because of my staff. I mean, that came as a shock. Until that time, I was thinking, I am very honest, not my staff. But then I understood, no, everything boils down to me.
Oh
Okay.
wow. You know
Yeah.
that statement that you made, that the business is failing because of me and not because of my staff. I think we should print that on the first page of every newspaper for every entrepreneur to read, because I think you've spoken like how an entrepreneur thinks in our head. Sometimes entrepreneurs are stuck and they think the problem is my team. I am okay. But I think that realization is a huge realization, that everything starts from me.
Yeah.
Awesome.
And I also understood some of the techniques what I need to implement, start working. I understood what important work I need to do. So these are the main things which happened to me in the base.
Okay. So what I'm hearing is, one, you realize that there is so much more to learn as a business owner. You realize that the change has to start from you and not your team. And third point you mentioned was that you started realizing that there are certain key changes that you need to do, and it's not just about going with the flow.
Yes.
Yep. Awesome. Nagashi, what was the highlight for you?
So earlier months, I used to manage the business, but later I find that I don't have time for myself, for my kids and for my family,
Yep.
because I used to go early morning in the morning 9 o'clock till closing 10 o'clock. I used to reach. So I felt lost some of after a few days.
Yep. Yep.
Then after the PACE program, I realized that yeah, I can train my staff to be a frontline leaders so that I have some time to spend with my family.
Awesome. And I think, Nagashi, what you mentioned
Yeah.
is while we coach so many entrepreneurs, one of the things I see as a pattern in women entrepreneurs is, for women, and this is very unfortunate, a lot of women get stuck in this guilt when they're only focusing on the business. They get stuck in this guilt saying, I'm not providing enough time to my children, I'm not providing enough time to my family, and it becomes very frustrating. You kind of feel conflicted and torn apart. And that realization that you shared of, what, I can train my team, make them frontline leaders so that I don't have to be so hands on, I don't have to be from 9 a.m. to 10 p.m. at the salon. I think just having that realization that I can do this and it does not have to be dependent on me is a huge, huge shift. So thanks for sharing those lessons and realizations that the both of you had at the PACE program. And from there, of course, our journey began, and we started working with you in terms of coaching your business. So firstly, I would like to know, before we go into what happened in the coaching process, what are the changes you make, what impact it had, I'd like to understand what made you decide that, hey, you know what, we want to continue the journey and we need a coach. We need somebody who will play alongside with us. What made you take that decision is something that I'd like to probe a little bit.
So at first I attended the PACE, and by end of the PACE, I wanted to go to the coaching program, but actually I was really scared. So, so one thing I understood is that coaching process is very powerful, but I thought for one franchisee, I thought it is too much powerful.
Okay.
So I felt somewhere it might not. Inside I know it is required, but outside I started saying, okay, it's okay not to go for the coaching. Then what I did is I enrolled Nagashree to the PACE program, because first I attended, and then Nagashree attended, and she will continue the story.
So somewhere we have a passion that we will not stuck up with only one franchisee.
Yeah.
We, in our discussion, we always discuss we have to start our something on our own. Yeah. So for that we have to be ready with all the strategies and systems.
Yeah.
Without that we can't do. So before that.
And I remember having a conversation with both of you at that PACE program, and I loved the mindset, because, and this is a big lesson for a lot of people who are franchisees of larger brands. A lot of times I see people who've taken up a franchisee of a large brand. They just get stuck in complaining. The brand is not doing this. The franchisor is not doing this. The franchisor is not helping us in marketing. The franchisor is not helping us do anything. But I remember the attitude that both of you had was, okay, I know this is our franchisee and we are just a franchisee of a large brand, but we will take responsibility, ownership, invest, learn, build systems. And I love the mindset, that the mindset was, let us make this franchisee business of ours successful, use this as a testing ground, and then build something of our own identity and scale that up. So ladies and gentlemen, especially for my friends who are in a franchise business and you are a franchisee and you're busy complaining about what the franchisor is not doing, treat your business like it is yours and take 100% responsibility for it, like how Nagashree and Anil did. Because a lot of franchisees are just complaining, saying franchisor is not doing. I think Nagashree and Anil, you guys are prototype entrepreneurs. I think your franchisor should use you as a success story and say that, you know what, these guys took 100% responsibility and grew their business, which is phenomenal. So what I understand is that, Anil, firstly, you played very, very smart, that you said, let the wife make the decision. Let me not make the decision to sign up for coaching. And you brought her in, which was nice. But at the same time, I think it was really the understanding that you have bigger goals. And if you want to be deserving of that bigger goals, you have to build capability so that the goals happen automatically. So that's the perspective that I got from both of you. And that's where you took that step, which was phenomenal. So tell us, what happened through the coaching process? What were some of your highlight? What are some of your key changes that the coaching process brought about for the both of you?
So, few of the things which really happened is, one is we are really worried about the team, and culture chatter is the one which really helped us, Rajiv. Culture chatter and stop meetings, which really helped us. What happened is it really bought us both of us. When I say both of us, us and the team together.
Yeah.
So one thing really happened is we started working on the root cause analysis. We made our team understand what are our real problems and how in the culture chatter how their behavior is impacting the business. We made them understand, and we saw the behavior of our team changing slowly. It did not happen overnight. It really took us 6 months for the team started slowly changing. Earlier, as I told you, people used to join today, and when they feel like quitting, they just quit without information. But now today, the situation is, yeah, every staff who want to leave from us, they'll definitely inform us and give us 1 month notice, and that is a big thing, especially in the salon industry. That is the biggest, I would say, success for us. I would say.
Amazing. Amazing.
Yeah,
Just
that
for the
is
viewers, just for the benefit of the viewers, Anil is using terminologies that we've taught in coaching, which is culture charter and stop meetings. Essentially, what we are doing there is for a lot of businesses, we always say that you have to have a system for everything, right from the way how you define and design the culture of your business to the way you review things with your team. And what Anil and Nagashree have been able to do successfully through the coaching process is create that behavioral shift within their team, and as a result of that achieve something that most people in the salon industry struggle with, which is a mechanism where if a team member is exiting the business, they're serving a notice period which gives them the time to prepare and train and replace or hire somebody else, which is a huge shift. And I'd like to pin on a point that Anil highlighted, that it took them 6 months of focusing on the team, mentoring the team, teaching the team, coaching the team, making them understand. And a lot of entrepreneurs do not show that kind of patience because they want everything quick. But building a team is a process. But once you've built it, it's an asset. And that's something that Anil and Nagashree, both of you have been able to do phenomenally well. So that was my build on their first point. So Anil, continue. What was the second key change that happened for you through the coaching process?
the second key changes. Even our Google ratings during that time was 3.8. 3.6. Okay.
The woman knows the numbers all the time.
3.6, and we were getting consistently 1-star 2-star ratings, and we were really worried because especially in the service industry, people comes looking at the ratings. Then what we did is we again went back to the team. Again, we did root cause analysis. So root cause analysis worked like magic, and we understood, we identified what are the key challenges. And first thing is we started working training on the team. Second thing, we started working on the process, and slowly we build it up, and the numbers has really gone up.
So now that you told us it was 3.6, where do we stand right now in terms of?
Right now we are at 4.3.
4.3, and that's out of 5.
Yes.
Awesome. 4.3 out of 5 in the salon industry with local. These are Google reviews you're talking about?
Yes.
Google rating.
And how many reviews would you have at this point of time?
907 today,
So,
till today.
Out of 907 reviews, you're on an average rating of 4.3. Wow.
Yes.
Okay. Salon and spa owners, probably you should hire Anil and Nagashree as consultants for your salon. Okay. With that quantum of reviews, it truly shows that you've made changes within the business, in the service experience of the customer, in training your team and developing your team to create that kind of experience for your customer, where your customer feels compelled to go back and put the review on Google. So that is a second huge change. So the first one was the ability to create a culture within the team. Second one was to enhance the customer experience. So that's the second key change. What other changes that did you come across through the coaching process?
So we educated the team, like first it's a win-win situation. Win-win-win situation. First, we have to focus on the customer winning. So once they win, automatically you like staff will win because of the staff, the customer comes. If once they like the service, they'll come asking for you repeatedly. So once you win, then only we win as a business owner. So focus on winning the customer first. Then automatically everything goes. So
Nice.
we educated the staff in that way, and we gave them some techniques how they have to keep the experience, because there is so much of competition in our area. So why customer should come only to our salon? They can go to anywhere. So
Yeah.
once they come, it's your turn to give your best. So we
Awesome.
educated.
So tell me something. Do you track a metrics like customer retention, that
Yeah.
customers coming back? What, what
Yes.
what would be the metrics that you've seen? And did you track like a before and after that, before the coaching process, what was your customer retention rate? And now after the coaching process, what's the customer retention rate reached?
Yes. In fact, we got in 2018 December, we got the best franchisee award, Rajiv, because of these numbers. So I do remember the numbers.
Awesome.
So uh, so we got the award for various parameters. One is sales growth,
Mm.
one is bills growth,
Mm.
one is customer retention. Earlier it was around 50 to maximum was 60,
Mm.
and 54%.
Okay.
And after that, our customer retention has come to 80%.
Mm.
That was the number which I was always dreaming of. Whenever I talk to Nagashree, I say this number should hit 80.
So from 54% customer retention to 80% customer
80%.
retention.
Yes.
And by industry standards of what I know in the salon business, that's a very, very good number. That's a huge number.
So that is a very proud moment for me. That number.
I can feel the pride till here. I can see the smile from here.
Wide smile.
Yeah. Which is phenomenal. And you said that you won the award because of the highest revenue growth as well. So now that you brought it up, please tell me, what is the revenue growth like?
We were around 7 lakhs per month. And from there, we went to around 10.5 lakhs per month.
Awesome.
Revenue.
So that's a 50%, 51% growth.
Yes.
In revenues. You guys should pat yourself on the back. Both of you can do it for each other.
Yes.
So you've had some amazing wins through the coaching journey. One is you've seen a revenue growth of 51%. You've seen a rating growth from 3.6 to 4.3 on Google reviews across 911 reviews. You have been able to retain your staff in a much better manner. Your client retention has gone up from 54% to 80%, which is huge for the salon industry. I want to ask you, apart from the elements that you've already mentioned, which is the culture changes, then designing the system, defining the customer experience, are there any changes that you made because of the coaching process? How did the coaching process help you? That's what I would love to understand.
For me personally, I have overcome a lot of fears, Rajiv. So before coaching program, I have a lot of fear, especially talking to the clients. Okay, especially your marketing SAP, Sales Accelerator program. You conducted one event which really took out my lot of ego.
Don't share the secret.
I do not say that. Yes, that's why I said one event. So it really took out a lot of my fears. Today I can go and talk to any of the client, any of the person, just like that. I can go and talk to them. That is one biggest change in me, which really happened. And
You're an engineer, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I know. Engineers are not people. So yeah, I know we pulled that out of you. I know that. Yes. That was.
And one biggest thing which really shifted is I had a lot of ego. I ego like, oh, I'm a owner. I used to carry a lot of status, ego, and all that. And that I would say I have come down to the ground after the training.
So the better way of putting that would be that instead of having the ego and saying, let people come to me and talk to me, you kind of started falling in love with people and connecting with people. Okay,
absolutely.
Awesome.
I would give 200% credit to the coaching program, Rajiv. This has
Nagashree
really
bought it looks like that also impacted your married life.
Yeah. Obviously.
Yeah, awesome. Nice. So what else shifted for you? I know for a fact that You just didn't restrict yourself to the salon business. So tell us more about that. What was the game changer for you?
So before I going there, I'll tell one more point which really shifted. The things which I postponed for a lot of time, I started doing much early, especially after the coaching program.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I understood that there is no point in looking for perfection, and we have to start the things. And on the journey, we need to get things perfect. That is the one bigger shift which really happened. Because of the shift, the business which I was thinking I will start in 2020, I started in 2018 only. So that is where the iCake brand got birth in 2018 December. Um, so we started a pastry and a confectionery brand with iCake. So in during when I attended PACE, I'm thinking, okay, one day in 2020 I will start some business, but
Okay.
that the whole coaching program shifted in such a way that I got so much of confidence and I understood I no need to wait for 2 more years to start a business. When things are however the things are, I can start the business right now and make things happen. So that is how the business started.
So essentially, what you're saying is that the coaching process accelerated your action. You no longer got stuck to this perfection syndrome saying, let everything be right, then let me do it. You accelerated your action, your salon business grew, and you started another parallel business called iCake, which is into pastries and confectionaries. So a dream that you were envisioning for 2020 initiated itself in 2018 itself.
Absolutely,
That's,
yes.
that's a priceless jump. So tell us a little bit about iCake. Tell us a little bit about iCake. How has the journey been so far?
So so we are 1.5 year old. So this December will be 2 years old. So first 6 months was a roller coaster because it's our own franchisee and a new line of business and all. It took some time for us to understand the things, and after that we recruited the right people. One mistake what we did is we have not recruited the right people during starting of our business. As Rajiv you always says that you should always invest in the right recruitment. That mistake I did.
Okay.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
that was in the salon and spa business where you didn't recruit the right people initially. And here you were
No,
saying,
no.
no, in the iCake business. Okay.
Yes, in the iCake we have not recruited the right people initially, which has otherwise our numbers would be a lot more better now.
You didn't listen to me in the first phase of iCake then. You didn't listen to me.
Yes. So once we started the right people, things has really moved very good. And this month, I mean, normally for bakery and confectionery, December will be the peak month. Last December, we have done a very wonderful business. The numbers what we have touched in last December, the same numbers we touched this month, last month June,
In the middle of the lockdown.
in the
Yeah.
middle of the lockdown and during COVID.
Wow. So the systems are strong enough to produce the same results right now.
Yes.
Amazing. And what's your vision for iCake? What is your vision for iCake? Where do you want to take it?
Our vision for iCake is by this year end, we want to expand to a minimum of 3 outlets. Actually, my vision was bigger because of COVID.
It's okay.
Okay.
You set back on plans.
Yeah. So, and we want to increase our revenue to 24 lakhs per month. That is my vision for this financial year. And by 2024, we want to expand to at least a minimum 50 outlets across Bangalore through franchising model. Because we started iCake with when I say we, myself, Nagashree, and I have one more partner. So we started with the vision that we want to build a brand which we can expand through a franchising model, where we'll give an opportunity to upcoming entrepreneurs to build a business where with minimum knowledge they can build a business. Okay.
Awesome.
And also we want to create that kind of jobs and all. So these are the main visions for our iCake.
You know, Anil and Nagashree, your story is so inspiring from the point of view that as a couple, you decided that you want to become entrepreneurs. One of you took the lead, the other stood firm on the job. Then you took the jump when you had the confidence, and then you built that franchise business of the salon business, achieved results that in the industry anybody would stand up and salute you. and you've stabilized the franchise, the franchise of the salon and spa business. And now you've launched your own brand in a totally different vertical like pastries and confectionery. And your vision is to now create franchisees and create more entrepreneurs there. Wow. I mean, these are what dreams are made of, right? I mean, did you ever think that when in back in those days when you were going to your job, that you will become an engine that will create more entrepreneurs? Did you ever envision this?
Never, Rajiv.
Okay.
Never ever.
Never ever.
And today, together as a couple, you're creating this ecosystem for entrepreneurs who want to get into the pastry and confectionery business, where you have a platform, you have the process, you have the brand, and they just need to take that support and set the journey up for their dreams to start and become an entrepreneur, which is phenomenal. Anil and Nagashree, thank you for what you're doing. In all honesty, thank you for what you're doing. For those of you watching, I mean, this is what dreams are made of, right? So I want to ask you two last closing questions, Anil and Nagashree. It's been phenomenal interviewing the both of you. What would you be most proud of yourself for? You've taken this journey as entrepreneurs. You've made those decisions to learn, invest in coaching, have someone by your side. You surrendered to the process. You were action takers all along. What would you be most proud of yourself for? And I love to hear that from both of you. Look back at yourself and tell me, what would you be proud of yourself for? Because I always ask this question, because not as entrepreneurs we underplay ourselves and we don't really pat ourselves enough on the back. So I would really want you to use this moment to pat yourself on the back and tell me, what are you proud of yourself for?
I would say I am proud of my work ethic, Rajiv, because I feel the kind of work ethic right now I have, if I had during my maybe school days, engineering days, during my job, I don't know. I would have created super results.
So probably it was good you didn't create those results there. You would have shifted to the US then.
Yeah.
Yes. So that is one thing which really shifted. Which means my work ethic has really improved and my focus has really improved. And one thing which I really understood is consistency is the key. And at times I fall down, but again, we push up each other and we come back. But consistency is the key, which I really understood and which I'm following. That is one thing which I'm really proud of. And this you always teach us in every meeting. Consistency is the key, which is really, that is one thing which I'll be proud of, which I'm following right now. I mean, when I say I'm following, I would not say 100%, but if you look at the graph, it has really improved.
Awesome. So your levels of consistency is something you're so amazingly proud of. Yes. Nagashree, what about you? What are you proud of yourself for through this entire process of learning, of getting coached, of making sure you've taken action? What are you proud of yourself for?
So every time when I listen to you, Rajiv, I see that I learned something about genuineness, being genuine. Yep. So over the period of time, I transformed a human being, like being genuine and compassion to the other person, other people. So when I started being compassionate to the staff and clients, that is where our relationship became stronger, more stronger. So now, rather than just working for the money, they got offer also. They don't leave me and go.
Yeah, because you've been that leader that people want to be with, Nagashree. So amazing. I mean, that's so powerful, because a lot of times I see entrepreneurs, leaders lose focus on the real goal, and the real goal is to create a happy workplace with a happy team, which will create happy customers. And when the customers are happy, the bank balance will automatically become happy. So thank you for being that leader who brings that authenticity, compassion, and care, Nagashree. I mean, I have seen your journey personally, your graph personally, how confident you are today. Today, I see your videos and you become like a thought leader in the salon space, where you're putting out content there for people, which is phenomenal. I mean, this is what makes the entire process fulfilling for us. So I want to thank the both of you, Anil and Nagashree, for being who you are and for creating what you're creating. It's absolutely inspiring to see. And before we close today, any last words for all your fellow entrepreneurs who are watching this show? Any last words of wisdom from the both of you?
So one thing is, as you already always says, Raju, clarity creates conviction. So that is one thing which really shifted a lot of things in me. So there are situations where I'm confused, and earlier I used to take no step because I'm confused. I don't take any step. Now what happens? Even though there is a confusion, I come to one conclusion and then take the next step. For example, today we were discussing whether to go with a few of the discounts in Zomato or not. Now there is a confusion. Will it work or will it not work? Now, then I decided, okay, let's get the clarity. Let's try and see what happens. If it happens, good. If it doesn't happen, then we will see the next time. So at least I created the clarity and which we are going ahead with that. So there are many situations where I see, like, when people are confused, mind doesn't work. So get the clarity, either whether it is yes or no, get the clarity, and that will help for the next step.
So I love that way of looking at things. A lot of people think, let me have clarity, only then my confusion will go. You're saying when you are in confusion, see your option, choose one, test it. If it works, continue. If it doesn't work, try something else. So make sure you decide and take action. That's a huge one for a lot of entrepreneurs who are always stuck in this confusion game. Nagashree, any last words of wisdom from your end to all the entrepreneurs who are listening?
Yeah, so I have so many things to share, but one important thing which transformed me personally is learnings, investing the time in learning, get the education and learn from it and get the things done.
Absolutely. Because you know what? None of us are born with capabilities. None of us are taught these capabilities in our traditional education system. So having the perspective of lifelong learning is so critical. So thank you, Nagashree, for sharing that. With that, we come to the end of this episode of the Quantum Leap Show, ladies and gentlemen. For those of you who are watching, here's what I want you to do. I think what you've witnessed today is a very inspiring story. Like I said at the beginning of the show, these are ordinary entrepreneurs like you are, like I am, and how they've had an extraordinary journey. So here's what I want you to do. In the comments below, I want you to write what have been your key takeaways from Anil and Nagashree's story. What would you like to tell them? You'd like to congratulate them. If they've inspired you today, tell them what you loved from their story. Tell them what you learned from their story. Tell them why they are an inspiration in the comment section below. And share it with more entrepreneurs, because a lot of entrepreneurs need to hear this story. This is the story of your average couple who has dreams, who did not have the direction, but took action one step at a time and created their own direction. So thank you, Anil and Nagashree, for being who you are. It's been an absolute honor and an absolute pleasure to play the role of your coach over the last couple of years. I mean, it's just fulfilling to see where you have reached, and it's even more fulfilling to see which direction you are headed in terms of creating more entrepreneurs with iCake as a brand. So with that, we come to the end of the Quantum Leap Show. See you guys in the next episode.